Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Today I will be installing a cosmetic mod in my car. This is something that I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I wanted to do. I will be changing my daytime running lights to LED, and they will also change the way that the turning signal lights light up. Right now only a part of them light up when I turn on the turning signal. Let me show you how it looks. Let's get the car on the turning signal. All right, so if you can see here, that's better. So only a certain part of the light turns on. Once I change them to the lights that I'm replacing it with, the whole light will turn on with the turning signal. So I do prefer that look. I think it will look better. I have seen other GTs and GT350s with these lights that I'm going to install, and I think it gives it a nice touch and it looks better than the ones that it comes with now. So OPT7 Lighting did provide me these lights in exchange for my installation and an honest review of them. They also provided me this pretty cool shirt, but I'm glad that they did provide me these lights because I was going to purchase them anyway. But I went ahead and read the instructions. So there's two ways that I can go about doing the installation. The first way is to remove the front two wheels of the car, and the second way is to remove the bumper. I'm going to go ahead and remove the bumper. It's all preference on what you would really like to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But first, I need to move the Raptor and the GTR just so I can make more space in the garage, and then bring my Shelby right in the middle. But let's go ahead and get that started. All right, so now the car is inside the garage, and I do have to mention that it is pretty dirty because yesterday I raced the GTR. Pretty interesting results. That race will be up after this video. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and lift up the car. All right guys, so now the car is jacked up. And then these are the lights that I'll be changing. This is one, and this is the other one. I still haven't opened it from the packaging. So now for the fun part. Now I'm going to start and remove the bumper. This is my first time doing so. I did see a few videos online on how to do it. My main concern is the bolts and tabs on either side, left and right, because I've read that you can easily break them. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me, but let's go ahead and start the bumper removal. Okay guys, so I have the hood up. These are some of the bolts that I need to remove in order to take off the bumper. These are the ones on top. There's some at the bottom that I need to remove as well. But I'm not going to remove those bolts just yet because I'm going to start off removing the front two wheels, just because that'll give me access to the fender lining, and the fender lining will give me access to that bolt that I mentioned that's on this side. So I know you may be asking yourself, why not just access the lights through here by removing the front two wheels? I'll go ahead and show you why once I remove them. So the wheels are now off on both sides. So now I'm going to start removing this fender lining. There's many clips I have to remove. I'm not sure how many, but it's quite a lot. So I'm just going to be safe and remove them all so I can remove the entire fender lining. Also, there's this pretty cool light that I got the other day at Lowe's. It's magnetic and it sticks to the strut and it's LED. It's pretty cool. But let's go ahead and get started now. All right guys, so now I removed the fender lining. This is why I couldn't just go with the option of removing the two front wheels and having access to the lights, because I don't have access because I have these coolers here. If you have a GT350 18 and newer, you're going to run into this issue. If you have a 16, a 17 with a track pack, then you're going to run into the same issue as well. If you have a GT, then I don't think you're going to run into this issue. You probably could get away with removing these coolers and every bracket here if you wanted to and not remove the bumper, but I think it'll probably take more time and it'll be more complicated, so I mean, suit yourself. But now I'm just going to the left side and I'm going to go ahead and remove the fender lining as well. And I'm going to come back here and remove this bolt that I was talking about. Let me see if I can point it here with the light. Right there. So I'll remove that on this side and on the left side as well. Once I'm done removing those bolts, then I'll just come back and remove all these bolts here on the top and on the bottom to remove the front bumper. All right, so I finally got that screw removed on both sides. Let me tell you that it was very annoying to remove it, but I'm glad that it's off. So now, originally, I was going to just remove some bolts that were under the splitter and then remove the bolts that were on top that I showed you guys earlier, and just remove the front bumper like that, because all that I have to reference by are videos of GT bumper removals that I've seen online. I haven't seen any GT350 bumper removals. But once I came here, I saw that there's 4 screws in the ground and those attach the belly pan to the bumper. And I can't get to those without removing the front splitter, which I'm not going to do because it was quite a mission to get the front splitter attached here. So my only option is going to be to just remove the belly pan completely, remove those top bumper bolts and remove the bumper that way. So that is what I'm going to do next. So I had to get pretty creative with this one. So I'm using these 2 Lowe's buckets and this bin in order to support the belly pan once it drops. I also had to raise the quick jack in order to fit these buckets under the car. So I think that'll be somewhat even support. So once I remove the bolts from the belly pan, then I'll go ahead and remove the bolts from the top bumper. And hypothetically, I should be able to just remove the bumper without any issues. But we shall see. Now it's time for me to go under there and let the fun begin. So I went ahead and removed the bolts from the belly pan and it's now being held up by that white bin that I showed you guys. I also removed these top bolts from the bumper. Now I have to snap this part off. So from the right side as well from the left side. Once that's snapped off, then I should be able to just remove the bumper. Hopefully this works. front bumper is finally off. I am so glad that this worked. I couldn't be any happier right now. And I just wanted to point a few things out. So these are the screws that I was talking to you guys about. These attach the belly pan with the front bumper, and there's no way for me to get to them unless I remove the front splitter. And I just wasn't going to do that because it was a bit of a hassle for me to get that front splitter on, and I just don't want to remove it at all. But those were the screws. Another thing that I had to do is I had to raise the car up just a little bit more because these tabs were actually getting stuck with this bracket that holds the cooler, and I just had to raise it just a little bit more up so I would be able to slide the bumper. But now that it's off, I need to remove this whole piece right here so I can get the light out and replace them with the new ones. Alright guys, so a bit of a mission. First of all, I had to put the bumper on the floor just because I needed more leverage in order to try to get this plastic piece out. Second of all, I needed help to remove this just because it's a real pain in order to get this plastic piece out. So the trick is to get a screwdriver and really pull down on these tabs to give you enough clearance to be able to pull the tabs from the bumper from this plastic piece right here. Once you do that, then it'll give you enough room to just be able to open this and then remove the light, which is right here. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing for the left side. Alright guys, so now I have the front bumper back in, and it was pretty much the same as removing it. It was a bit challenging just because you have to be really careful, and because I honestly think this is a two-person job to remove the bumper. But in my case, it did help me that I used the 2-bucket system, that it really did help a lot. Also, the quick jack. I don't think you would be able to do this on regular jacks since I had to be raising the car up sometimes and then lowering it. And then also when I took off the belly pan, I did use this bin, but overall it was a bit challenging removing it. And I also do recommend that if you remove these front bolts, once you put them back on, to hand tighten them and don't use the drill because you might risk breaking the tabs. But let's go ahead and see how the lights look. Are you guys ready? Okay, so I have my key here. Let me unlock it. So this is how they look. So these are the daytime running lights, so they will stay on during the day and they will also remain on at night when I turn on the regular lights. So I really do like how it looks. It does not look stock whatsoever, even when they're off. So I really do like the look. Now let me show you how the turning signal sequence will look. So let me turn on the car and put the hazards. Beeping because I have my keys with me. So this is how the turning signal sequence looks. I really do like this. I like this much better than it just being, I think it was like half of the light before with the turning signal, but I am a fan of this. Now, my honest opinion, let me get this turned off. I think it's too much lights with the glare. All right, so now on to my honest opinion about installing these lights. I think, I mean, it was a bit of a hassle, to be honest, just because there really wasn't any video that I could reference in regards to the GT350 bumper removal. All I had was GT bumper removal videos to reference, and that's just totally different. Like, once you remove the front bumper, there's still more steps that I got stuck with, such as removing these plastic things here. That was a bit of a pain. After seeing the finished result, I really do like how the lights look. Let me see. This is how they look off. So you can tell that they don't look like the normal ones and they're not stock. So after the finished result, I do have to say that I am happy with how they look. So if you guys are interested in buying them, there will be a link in the description down below. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.